So I thank you all for coming to the session. I hope you find this to be very useful. And remember, I am here to assist you with your research needs. So I'm going to close this. So hopefully, now can everybody hear me okay? And you can go ahead, for those who can, you can go ahead and respond if you can, so I'll know that everybody can hear me pretty much okay. Okay, wonderful. Thank you guys. So I just want to make sure that I want to make sure that you can hear me. My mic is okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. The first place where we're going to start is actually Google. And the reason why I'm going to Google, because I know this is where you go when you start your research. The thing is, we want to use Google. Google is an excellent tool, but I want to show you how to search Google effectively and not waste your time just searching Google, but to be very strategic. So we're going to take a look at a couple of things. One, we're going to take a look at Google's advanced search. Another is going to be Google Scholar. And then I'm going to delve in a little bit, if we have some time. I want to show you how to use Google Docs. All right, so this is Google's searching page. What we want to do, like I said, we want to be very strategic. So I'm going to go to Google's advanced search. I'm just going to type it. Sometimes you will have a little drop down on the interface page about Google's advanced search. But if you don't, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and type it. So I know you're dealing, at some point, you're going to be doing some research on healthy lifestyle choices. So let's say I just want to see what researchers, clinicians, nurse practitioners have shared with Google about healthy lifestyle choices. And I want to see and get some various feedbacks of what kind of data has been shared. So I'm going to just type in healthy lifestyle choices. So a couple of things I want you to take a look at. Site or domain is very important because you can tell Google specifically, I want to get hits from these type of searches. Either I want to do .edu, of course, is education, .org, organization, .gov, government, .com, business, .net, business, so on and so forth. For nursing students, I always recommend two particular sites, either .gov or .edu for education. So for the sake of this search, I'm going to do .edu. And another cool thing I love about Google's advanced search is that you can tell Google what type of format, what type of hits you would like to retrieve. So I'm going to select, for the sake of this search, let's do PDF. So look, I told it what my searching interface, what my keywords are. I only want .edu. And I am only particularly interested right now in PDF. So let's see what I get. I should get a nice, healthy list of resources. So here we are, School of Yale, Yale School of Medicine. Let's take a look at this one. So remember, I told it EDU. So that's why all of my hits are going to be educational, because I specifically told Google I only wanted EDU for healthy lifestyle choices. So these are some of the hits that you can get. And even if you don't want those type of retrievals, let's take a look at PowerPoint. Let's see if they have any PowerPoint hits. Let's see what we get. I'm going to take a look at some PowerPoint. Healthy Lifestyle Initiative, Making Healthy Choices. This one might be interesting. So let's see. So you give it a few seconds. The PowerPoint will download, and then you can open it, and then you can get some information about what resources these individuals have shared. So this, like I said, this is one of the smart ways to search Google. Don't just randomly search Google, then you'll be spinning your wheels and you're going to get all these hits that you don't necessarily need or can use, but be very strategic and tell Google what you want. So that is the purpose of the advanced search. For whatever reason, the Oh, here we go. I was about to say, why is this taking so long? So let's say if I wanted to take a look at this PowerPoint, here is this PowerPoint that I've received that was shared, and I'll give it a few more seconds to download. I don't know why everything is so slow, but this is a PowerPoint that I found. And let's see, it says something about Boone County. I'm trying to see if this is North Carolina, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can. Small group. Let me see. Oh no, University of Missouri. Okay, I just wanted to see. But like I said, this is how you can strategically search Google. So that was one type of search. So we did Google's advanced search. So now I want to show you Google Scholar. And how many of you have used Google Scholar? You could just respond in the chat box. Wonderful. And oh, excellent. So most of you, oh, good. So a lot of you are familiar with Google Scholar. Google Scholar is awesome because Google Scholar is Google's version of academic peer-reviewed content. So I just want to show you a couple of things. So some of you are familiar with Google Scholar, but let me show you this. So let's go to Google Scholar. And I'm going to stick with the same theme here, healthy lifestyle choices. Okay, let me copy this because you guys will find out I do not like to type. One of the nice things I love about Google Scholar, of course, in most instances, you can only go back for your research for 5 years, right? So off the bat, you can just tell Google Scholar, hey, I only want books and articles since 2011. Let's go back 2011. Now, if you happen to be on campus, one of the nice things about Google Scholar is that it will pick up your IPO address. So since I'm on campus, I'm at WSSU right now, it is picking up my IPO address. And then what I could do is just select here and go and get the article. Now, let's say I wasn't on campus. Let's say this is the only thing they're showing. Well, if you select the PDF, most instances that PDF will download on your home computer, and then you will have the article. What I really would like for you to start doing as you're matriculating through the program, start and consider being very strategic and start saving your research content in one particular place. And let me show you what I mean. So let's say I like this article and I want to use this article for my research. What you can do is scroll down on your laptop or desktop. Wait till you see this little icon, right? So I want to see this icon and I want to save this article. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. You hit save, and of course something like this is going to pop up. Well, I want to save this article on my desktop. So I'm going to select desktop. Let's go ahead and rename it. I'm just going to say Perceptions because I know that's what this is. So I'm going to name it Perceptions. So I'm going to save it, right? So I've saved this article from Google's Scholar on my desktop. Now let's find it on my desktop. And I know I have a lot of crap on my desktop, but let's see if I can find it. And okay, maybe it's not on this side. Let me try one more time. So I just called it Perceptions. And of course, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. All right. So start thinking about keeping all of your content in one place for each specific topic. So this is my healthy lifestyle, right? So I'm going to hit new. I want to create a folder. And what I want to do is I'm going to name this folder Healthy Lifestyle, right? So I have my folder named. I want to put my article, Perceptions, in that folder. So I'm just going to grab it and put it there. You really start thinking smart about saving your content in specific areas. Name your folders. Or you could name this folder, you could rename it. Maybe this is NUR6307. As you matriculate through the program and you start strategically saving your content in a specific place, then you can better manage and organize your content. So I did just want to show you that could be a shortcut way to actually save your article. So I got a cool, nice little article from Google Scholar. So that's one of the nice things about using Google Scholar. Oh, and one other thing. It does show you how many times a particular article has been cited, which is really nice. So let's say I'm interested in using this article. I see it's been cited 10 times. So that's pretty cool. And if I want to use another article, one of the cool things about seeing how many times it's been cited is because sometimes when you're doing your research, you can take a look at it and you can say, well, you know what, this is a pretty good article. Other people have used it and cited it as well. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to I'm going to use it for my content. Now, keep in mind, just because an article has not been cited that number of times, like this article has only been cited one time, it does not mean that it is not a well-written article. The fact that it is aggregated in this list of content means that this article had to go through the peer review process to get published. So just because here it only says it's been cited one time, that does not negate the fact that you shouldn't use it. People just haven't taken the time to write a comment about it or to use it. So just keep that in mind. So we looked at Google's advanced search and we looked at Google Scholar, which some of you have already been familiar with. Now, another thing I want you to keep in mind, are any of you familiar with using Google Docs? Have any of you tried to use Google Docs? So no, say no. Okay. All right. So no. All right. So now my next question is, how many of you actually have a Google account that you remember the password? Okay. Some of you do. Wonderful. Let me show you. We're going to participate. I'm going to get you to participate in a little project. And I want you to see just how cool Google Docs can be and how perfect it is for you when you have to work on projects, those collaborative group projects that you have to work on. And that way, if you did it in Google Docs, you don't have to meet physically or send a whole bunch of emails like this is version 1, this is version 2, version 3. Put it in a Google Doc. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to Google. I am going to sign into Google. And as you see, I use Google way too much. But I do love Google. I use it too much. But it's a perfect tool to use when you have to do research. Let's see if I can remember my password. That would help. Okay, so that's not working. Oh, I got to take off the caps. Maybe that would help. All right. So I'm going to come to the grid. So this is Google, my Google account. I'm going to come to the grid. And when you come to the grid, this is where you can see all of the apps for Google. We want to go to Google Drive. So now I have been tasked, and I have a whole bunch of crap in Google Drive because I use it a lot. I am the project lead for our group paper. So the group asked me to get started on the group project and then post it in Google Docs and share it with everybody. So if you take a look here, Google Docs is Microsoft Word. Google Sheets is Google's version of Excel. Google Slides is Google's version of PowerPoint. So let's take a look at Google Docs. So I'm in Google Docs, and I want you to pay attention. When I start editing, I want you to start paying attention to, there's going to be a little button that says all things always saved. So first thing I recommend you do, go ahead and create your title. So my title is going to be project. Okay, so that's the title of the paper, and you see it's automatically saving. That's what I love about it. Google saves everything in real time automatically. So you don't have to worry about, is it saving? Did I save? It automatically saves it. Well, remember I stated earlier, I am not one to like to type. So give me a second. I'm going to go. I just need to get some content. And I'm going to cut and paste some content, if I could just find it quickly. I'm going to cut and paste some content. All right, let's start here. Into my Google Drive, right? So I'm going to take about this much. Let's do cut and paste. I'm going to come here. As you see, it works just like Word. It works just like Word. And I'm going to change the font. This is Project Paper. I'm going to change the font to Times New Roman. Come up here. Find Times New Roman 12. Okay, I'm going to change the font. All right, so I'm good. So now I have done my part, right? I have started the paper. I put it in Google Docs, and now I'm ready to share with my group members. So this is how you do that. You come over here to the share button. As you see, right now it's only private to me, but I'm going to come to share. You can do two ways. Either you can get a shareable link, or you can just take everybody's email addresses and place it here. To me, this step is cumbersome, so I like to get the shareable link. So now, when you get the shareable link, I'm going to cut and paste this link and put it into the chat box. But before I do that, make sure you select the button here that says Can Edit. It doesn't make sense to share it if you guys can't edit it. So I have Can Edit because I need you to make your modifications in the document. I'm going to grab this link and I'm going to put it in the chat box. So what I would like for you all to do, those who have Google Drive or have your Gmail account, click on this link, sign in to Google, and then start editing parts of the paper. And I see people are here. Start editing anywhere in the paper. So I'm going to type my stuff. I'm typing my information here. And see, I want you to see what's happening here. You see how you all are making edits in real time? So all of you could be working on your paper and making changes. You can change your, and you see how cool that is? So keep this in mind when you have to work on a group project. Create it, put it in Google Docs, save your content. You guys can make edits in real time, and Google is tracking all of the edits. And then when you're done, you have a paper. But now, one caveat I do want to bring to your attention. Google works well. This is perfect. But once you have finished your paper, cut and paste it, and then put it in your Microsoft Word. And I say that because you want to make sure your formatting is perfect for APA, and sometimes the final project, sometimes the margin in Google, sometimes it's a little off, but this is perfect for when you have to work on those group projects. Look how cool that is. Everybody's adding their content. I'm adding mine, and you can see the changes in real time. So consider using Google Drive and Google Docs when you have to work on those group projects. And you can even upload files to Google Drive. So let's say I had a PowerPoint that I've already been working on and I want to add it, just upload it into the file into Google Drive. So now you have an idea of how it works. So consider using this for your group projects. Any questions about Google before I go to our databases?
Miss Livas.
Yes.
I do have a question because I just signed on.
Okay.
And the Google, but I don't know where to go to actually be able to see this paper.
Okay, so do you see the screen?
I can see it when I'm on your stuff, but not when I sign on my, yeah.
All right, so what you do, just go ahead into the chat box. And if you go to if you look for the chat box, and I share
on my Google screen you're talking about?
Well, no, on your GoToMeeting screen.
Okay.
Look for the chat box, and then see if you can find that link that I shared with you for Google. Click on that link, and then put in your Google information, and then you can get to this. So see, all these people are editing. So that's why I said this is perfect for when you have to do those group projects. That way you're not emailing all these revisions of paper or emails. You just put it in one place. And some people share. Yeah, see how great this is? So I'm going to say, yep. So I did want you to see how this works. How cool this is. All right. It is a nice application. Yes. Yes, it is. So guys, keep this in mind when it's time to do those projects. Don't, create all those versions. Put it in Google Drive and then we're good to go. All right. So now, since we thank you and thank you for participating in my little experiment here. I appreciate it. I did want you to see how this works. So now that you see how this works, yes, and Laurie, to answer your questions, this is through a Google Drive or Gmail account. Yes, it is. You don't have to have it, but it's so much more seamless if you do. So thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Sorry.
you did say that Google Docs does not. Well, it sometimes it doesn't. Yes, Melanie, I did. You have to be extra diligent. I think for the first rough drafts, it's perfect to put it in Google Drive. But then once you know you've gotten a final paper, you've gotten all your edits and everything, just cut and paste it and put it in Microsoft Word or whatever process your project you're going to be using. What if you are using Perla? You're welcome. You can upload it into Perla too. You can upload it into Perla. I love Google Drive, but I have it's not a problem all the time, but when you're dealing with APA, it's got to be perfect and you can't have any margin of error. This is a perfect application to start your project in, especially if it's a group paper. Just, take it, cut and paste it and put it in Word. Absolutely. Let's see, Ken. I think Ken said it best. Let's see. Basically, it's a tool to use as a group. Absolutely. It's perfect. How do you start this type of doc? I can show you. Yeah, I know APA gives us all nightmares, but hopefully I can show you some tools that will help you with this. And can you go through this one more time? I can. So let me show you how I got here. All right. So we're going to do this really quickly. I'm going to show you how I got here. So I'm going to close out of this, right? I'm just going to close out of that. I'm going to go back to Google. So, and remember what I did, I just came here to create a new document. Go to new document. Then make sure you always want to title it. Go ahead and rename it. And I'm going to say this is group 6 project and saving it. Now I'm going to cut and paste some data here. And you come here to share. You can put everybody's emails here, but to me this is cumbersome. Click get the shareable link and make sure this little box says you can edit. So click get shareable link and can edit. And then you're good to go. All right. All right, guys. So now I'm going to go to the databases. I did want to show you that because I think this can help you when it's time for you to do those group projects. Like Ken said, this is a tool for you to start, and you can put everything there. That way you're not sending all those emails. So what I want to do is actually let me get to Blackboard because this is where I'm hoping where you all have signing in and started using some of the databases. All right, so let me make sure that I've answered so if you started PowerPoint Microsoft already, can you upload it into Google? Yes, you can. Who asked that question? Jenna, yes, you can. So the question was, if you started a PowerPoint in Microsoft already, can you upload it into Google and share it? Absolutely. And if you remind me, I can show you how to do that. With the help of this Google Doc, how can we insert video or audio files, members, since it might require large files? Now, that's one of the nice things I do like about Google, Richard. It will accept those large video files. And if you guys remind me, I can show you how to upload that content in the end. All you have to do is go to upload and then find the file, upload the file, and it's pretty good because it'll take a very large file size, even for video. So that's pretty good. Okay, besides Google Doc, do you have any other option that can be used? Believe it or not, at this point in time, Google Doc is about the only option, only application tool that allows you to see edits in real time. I know there's another tool out there, but I haven't experimented with them yet because they don't let you do edits in real time. All right, guys, so let me get to your, I'm going to go to WCW3 here. I want to get to the databases here. All right, so this is your shell for your class. And I hope you have been using the Librarian's Corner tab. So I'm going to come here. So these are some of the resources that I have in place that particularly help you with citing. Now, I know for those, someone mentioned Perla earlier. If you get a chance, and I thought I had, oh, here it is. If you get a chance, take a look at this video. And installation, the launch Perla. One of the nice things about Perla is that I'm not saying purchase it because you don't have to purchase it. However, it's one of those tools that will really help you with your citing. And if you don't want to spend the money to get Perla, you can download the application for free. They will not ask for a credit card, and you can at least create one really well researched paper. So you can use that as a template if you choose not to purchase Perla. I have worked with other nursing students who have used Perla and they absolutely love it. So that's just something to keep in mind for when you're citing, because it shows you and it walks you through how to cite everything. You are learning how to cite because you're actually putting in the required information you need to cite. So when you get a chance, take a look at that. All right, so let's get to some of the videos, some of the databases here. I do have the APA Citation Center, and I'm going to walk you through a couple of things here. And I have placed here some examples of citing to help you when you get to those really heavy things that questionable things that you have to cite. So I have information about ebooks, citing examples for journals. I will explain what a DOI is and some of those other things, and then websites and videos. You know, how to cite a magazine, how to cite magazines from a database, how to cite a blog, all of those type of things. So first, let's get back to the home page and let's get to one of the databases. So, okay, so I see I need to fix the link. I don't know what is going on with my links, but I have got to I'm making a mental note here. I got to fix my links. So hopefully by the time I'm done with this tomorrow, I will have my links fixed. I don't know what's going on with my links. All right. So if you ever encounter this from the LibGuide or the research guide I have here, and let's say you're selecting a link and my links are not working for whatever reason, I'm going to show you another way to get to our resources. So all you have to do is come to WSSU. I am going to fix the links because the purpose of me being embedded is so you don't have to go the long way. But since my links, I need to double check the links. I'm going to show you the long way, but hopefully you won't have to go this way. All right, so you just WSSU, we're going to do CGO Kelly Library. I'm going to scroll down, and I want to get to this link here that says databases. Here's a list, alphabets of all the databases that we do have in our collection. Since I wanted Sanal, I'm going to go to C because I wanted Sanal. I'm going to scroll here, and I want to select Sanal Complete because that's the database that I want. So I'm going to hit Connect. Now, since I'm on campus, that already populated because I'm here. However, when you are at home, and you're not on campus, this is what you're going to see. And let me see if I can get it here. This is what you should see. So in order to access any of the databases, of course, you have to get past the proxy. Once you do it one time, you should be good to go. So you will put in your username, and this would be your username. Remember, it's minus the @rams.wssu.edu, And your password is your banner number. Your banner ID number is your password. So once you put in your credentials, then you should be good to go to get here. One of the nice things I love about Sanal is that you can choose your databases, multiple databases to search simultaneously. This is the only one of the databases that does that. So let me show you some databases that will help, of course, with nursing. Academic Search Complete is a phenomenal database. If you take your mouse and you just scroll over the magnifying glass or this little comment box, it will tell you what type of content you can get in these databases. So I always select Academic Search Complete because it's a really good one. As you see, Sanal Complete is already highlighted. It's defaulted because remember, I selected the letter C so I could get to Sanal. Couple of other health-related databases, the Health and Psychosocial, Health Business, Health Source, those are really good databases. And don't forget Health Source Nursing Academic Edition. This one is a really good database as well. A lot of times, nursing students forget about Psych Info. Psych info and psych articles are really good databases to search. Of course, from APA content, but they have really good articles to assist you, especially if you're looking for something with behavior. So always remember those. So I've gotten the databases. I'm going to hit OK. I always recommend that you do an advanced search because it gives you more of the searching little parameters here. So I'm going to stick with our topic, of course. We have healthy, let me see if I did, okay, I forgot. You know, I don't like to type, so I was lazy and tried to do the cut and paste. All right, so let's see, healthy lifestyles. All right, so while all of the databases, they do like to give you, of course, pre-searching keywords. So I'm going to go with healthy lifestyle choices, and it's going to automatically search for me. But let me show you what we need to do to shrink this number down from the 457, because we don't want to look at 457 articles. First, we want to, if you come over here, we want to do peer review. Okay, so we want to make sure we do full text, and then we want to make sure we do peer review. So you see how it shrunk, even I did full text, it shrunk to 251. Peer review, and remember, peer review content is the content that has been vetted to meet academic standards. So that means these articles have gone through a process to get published in these in these journals. All right, so look, we're down to 166. So let's see if we can shrink this a little, make it a little smaller. Remember, we don't want content past 2010 or 11. So I'm going to highlight it, and I'm just going to type in 2011. I'm going to hit enter, and it updated. It got us down to 68. This is kind of doable. We can work with this. All right, so I'm going to go through, and let's say I'm interested in this article. So I'm going to take my mouse and scroll over the magnifying glass. The abstract should pop up, and that way I know if I want this article. So, okay, so the abstract pops up. Let's say I'm interested in this article. I'm going to select the blue button because I want to add it to my folder, and I'm going to show you how this is important when you add it to your folders. I can see full screen, choose database is beside the blue. Yes. Yes, Angela, I can see full choose databases is beside the blue. So remember when I came here, I went to choose databases, and that's how we got all of these. And then I hit OK. So now, and I'm going to go back to the search. You see, once you add the databases and you go to show all right here, that way you can see all of the databases you're searching in. All right, so let's go back to here. I'm going to do search again. So let's go through the shrink. Remember, we did full text, we did peer-reviewed, and we did 2011. All right, so it already kept it. I added this one to the folder. I'm going to add a couple to the folder. I want to add this one to the folder, improving physical activity. Yep, so let's add this one. I'm just scrolling, helping women and lead healthy lifestyles. I'm going to add this one to the folder, and I will do one more. Okay, So I have added 4 articles to the folder. So now I am done with this search and I am ready to take a look at my articles. So what you can do is come to the folder view. You can email these articles to your email or you can save them. So let's do email. Now, from already pops up. To email to, I highly recommend that you remember to use your WSSU email. Don't use Hotmail, Gmail, and I'll tell you why. WSSU email has a proxy already built in, and when you get your email from the database here, it's going to have a persistent link so you can open it. Sometimes if you use other emails not associated with WSSU, sometimes the links won't work. So that's why I suggest that you use your WSSU email. So I'm going to put in my email here. All right. Subject, I'm going to say practice because I know that this is practice. All right. For format, make sure you leave it at rich text. Don't ever change it to plain text because it will mess up your formatting. This is the part students absolutely love. So you come to citation format. Of course, it's going to be what? APA.
APA.
APA. So I'm going to do APA, and I'm going to hit send, right? So you should get, I will get a confirmation. And then I do have my email turned on, so I'm going to see emails popping up. But let me show you what it's going to look like when you do get your email. So I'm going to come back here. Let's go to print. And I'm going to do citation format, APA. I'm going to hit print and let's cancel. Okay, so when I start getting my emails, this is what it's going to look like. This is the persistent link I was referring to. And see here, they're starting to come in right now. Yep, so Samantha, yes, the reference is an APA, but I'm going to show you something. So I'm getting them now, right? So if you take a look, guys, look, these are my references right here. These are my references. I told them APA, so hopefully they are in APA format. I'm going to walk with you and we're going to break this down. And these are my persistent links. So if I click these links, it's going to take me to the articles. But I want to show you something here. So let's take a look. And this is what a lot of students do. And this is where you kind of make the mistake of having problems with your formatting. All right, so let's go back to the databases here. I want to cut and paste all of this. These are all my references, right? I'm going to put them in the Word document. Where did I go here? Here we go. Okay, so we need to break this down, right? I always call this the 4 cornerstones of APA. Number 1, APA has to be Times New Roman font 12 point. 12 point Times New Roman font, period. It can't be anything else. APA is very specific. Times New Roman 12 point font. Your references have to be double spaced, as you see they're not. They have to be alphabetized. And another thing to remember, APA has to be, your paper has to be 1-inch margin, of course, top, bottom, left, right. So let's break this down. And this is what students have to do when you export from, when you cut and paste from here all the way to your paper. So let's break this down. So first, I need to double space this so we can get a good look. I'm going to double space this. We know it's not Times New Roman. Look at that. It's Helvetica. Because keep in mind, the databases don't care what the font is. They use the font that they like. You have to be the smart one and come and clean it up. So I'm going to go Helvetica. I'm going to go Times New Roman. I'm going to do 12 point because I know it needs to be 12 point. Now, references. References is on the page, on your reference page, but it's centered and it is not double spaced. I mean, it's not bold. All right, so we are almost there. So look at this. This is a colossal error because there is nothing in APA that is alphabetized like this unless it is an acronym. So if you just cut and paste this and you left this all caps, who knows how many points your professor would take off, because this is totally wrong. And sometimes the databases, they don't really it's not that they don't care, they just don't take the time. So that's why you have to take the time. If you use the APA citing tool from the databases, in most instances they do a good job at formatting, but you got to come and clean it up. All right, so I need to alphabetize this because remember, APA, your references, they have to be alphabetized. So what I'm doing, I just highlighted that. So far, I look like I'm good, right? I'm good to go. One thing I do want to show you here, the DOI, if the DOI, if there's a DOI, which stands for Digital Object Identifier, if the DOI is at the end of an article, leave it. It is part of the citation. What the DOI is, this is a number that I can cut and paste this number, and I can put it in any browser and the article should pop up. So let's test that theory now. So I'm going to take this DOI and let's see if this article, or at least the abstract, will pop up. Okay, let me try it again here. Hold on for me. I just want this number. I don't want anything else. I just want this number. I'm going to do a cut and paste. And let's open another browser here. Put in that number and let's see if it's going to pop up. And this is it here. Okay, so that DOI works. And the reason for having the DOI, so when your professors or when you're doing research and you come across the DOI, it makes the article, at least the abstract, easily accessible. So another thing to remember, if you have a DOI at the end, you do not have to put retrieved from specific database because this tells you that this is coming right from the journal's page. Keep in mind, at the end of the DOI, you don't see any periods, so don't add any. You will get points taken off of that. APA is very specific. As you take a look at some of these DOIs, there are no periods. That is one thing that they did export right. There are no periods. So keep that in mind. No periods at the end of a DOI. In APA's mind, the DOI is the period. So don't add any periods. So now that was just one database, right? Let me show you what it looks like when you save or email content from ProQuest. I hope several of you have had a chance to work with ProQuest. And let me get back to, okay, let's come back here. So this was Sonal and some of the databases in Sonal. So now I want to show you ProQuest. And let me see. I need to add ProQuest here. So let me write that down. I want you to try ProQuest because ProQuest is another really good database. It's ProQuest Nursing and Allied Health. And tomorrow when you come and take a look, I will have fixed the links and I will add ProQuest because I don't know why I don't have it on here. Oh, here it is, but let me see if it works. Okay, so my ProQuest links work. All right, so that's good. All right, so as you see, I have ProQuest Nursing and Allied Health. This is another really good database. So now let's stick with our current theme, full text, peer reviewed, scholarly. So let's do healthy lifestyles again. All right, healthy lifestyle choices. That was the topic. And I'm going to hit search. Now I want to show you this. ProQuest searching interface is a tad different than Sonal. So God knows we don't, unless we're doing the history of lifestyles, we don't want anything from 1976. So what you do, you just grab the little cursor here and we're going to just slide it on over. And I'm going to start right here. All right, so let's take a look. So now we have 14,000. Let's update this and let's see how that shrinks. And it shrunk to about 6,000, which is not, I mean, that's a lot, but it's not like 14,000. So what you could do, if you just want to search a particular set, you could search a particular subset. So let's just take a look and view some things. Now this interface is a little different because if you just hit preview, as you see, the abstract pops up. And then, so let's say I am interested in this article. When you select the article you're interested in, you'll see it a highlight. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to select this one. So, and let's do this one. I like these articles. So it's very similar to Sonal. So I'm going to hit email. Now, one thing to remember, you always want to make sure that when you get your citation style, it is the 6th edition. So in order to do that, you have to enable it by selecting the bibliography box. You select here, and then you hit the drop down, and you see we got a ton. But you hit the drop down, you want to make sure you do APA 6th American, Psychological Association edition. Put in your email address. You can put in your name, you don't have to, a message, you don't have to. You hit continue, and oh, so I got to put in my name. Okay, so want your name, and then I should be getting these articles. Now, one of the nice tools that this one has, since these are highlighted, let's say I want to cite. Okay, so you can hit cite. So now take a look at these articles. I was trying to find, here we go. This is what I was referring to. So I'm just going to cut and paste this, and I'm going to put this in our reference page. Do a Control C, and let's go to our reference page here. All right, so I'm going to add these articles. So let's delete this one, because this one with the all caps, this is so not right. So let's just get rid of that one. All right, so I'm going to add these other articles, and you see here go my, my replies. Okay, so ProQuest, honestly, ProQuest does a really good job of putting the formatting for APA. But once again, guys, you have to always check it. So Samantha, yeah, I'm glad you don't take those periods off. So that was good. All right, so look at this. The font that ProQuest they like to use Verdana. Nope, that's so not right. So we need to change this to Times New Roman 12. But now I want you to take a look at this. So let's see where, okay, here we go. So now you see where this article does not have a DOI. So I'm going to do this so you can really see it. Okay. So you see here it says retrieved from da da da. There's no DOI. So when you get an article from a database, and if it does not have a DOI, make sure you put retrieved from and the link. Make sure you put that. If it has a DOI, you don't have to do that. But if it does not have a DOI, make sure you put retrieved from and the URL so your professor can cut and paste and put it in the browser and at least look at the abstract. Some databases, EBSCO databases, as you can see, EBSCO databases does not, because most of these have the DOI. So I don't know if it's a database thing, if all of the articles in EBSCO host always have DOIs, which I'm sure they don't. But just make sure you put retrieve from EBSCO host database and have that link. If you don't have the DOI, you have to put this for the database. And if you do have the DOI, you just put the DOI. So those were two really good databases that I think you will find useful. Another really good database, and I want to make sure I have it on here. Let me see here. And if I don't, this is the one. Here it is. Don't forget about Science Direct and PubMed. Let's take a look at Science Direct. Science Direct has some really good articles. Um, you know what, Melanie? I don't know. Why does it add all the other junk? I don't know why they add all those funky numbers. But the only thing we really need are those numbers at the end. But, the vendors, I guess over time, maybe they'll make it shorter. Let's hope they do. Okay, so let's take a look here. So I'm going to stick with our topic, healthy lifestyle. I really like Science Direct. So when you come to search, hit the little search button here. If you're doing advanced search, it's a little bit more, it will ask you for more information. So take a look at this. Healthy Science Direct is a really good database. So I'm just taking a look at some of these. Some of these are really good choices, really solid articles. And one of the nice things I do like about Science Direct is that most of them have PDFs. So let's say you were interested in this article. You can go through the process. Remember I said to look for this little look for this little menu. You can save your article here. So remember I created a folder, which I don't remember what the name of oh, here it is. This is what I called it. I created a folder, and I'm going to put does personality. So I want to save this to my folder on my desktop. So it's in my folder. So don't forget about Science Direct. I kid you not, you can find some really good content in Science Direct. This is another one of my favorites. And of course, I would hope some of you or all of you have had a chance to experiment with PubMed. PubMed doesn't have a sexy interface, but the content in PubMed is bar none. All right, so Kenneth has a question. Is this correct? Looks like the DOI is there after two, but I received and retrieved from. Is this correct? Looks like the DOI is there after two for but I received from. Now that I'm not sure, but now keep in mind, all of the articles are not going to have a DOI, but I think as time goes on, more and more articles will have the DOI because it makes it easier. But now after that last number for the DOI, that's it. Don't add anything else to it. So Kenneth, I hope I answered your question. If not, type some more in the chat box for me. So let's stick with our topic, guys, healthy lifestyles. And as you see, all of the databases, healthy lifestyle behavior. So improve healthy lifestyle. All right, so here we go. This is PubMed. So this is how you can find some more things in PubMed. So now let's see, what about evidence? Is there a way? All right, so I'm glad you asked that question, Kenneth. Let me see who asked. Lori, I'm glad you asked that question because yes, there is. Let me show you how to specifically search for evidence-based practice. So let's get out of PubMed. That database is Ovid. And let's see, do I have Ovid? I want to say, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so I need to add it. I don't know how in the world I missed that, but I need to add it. All right, so the database I want to show you is Ovid. And let me make sure. Okay, no. All right, so let me show you. And this database has evidence-based. This database has evidence-based articles, and it denotes that specifically. So this is how you get to it. I am going to put it on your LibGuide. I made myself a note to put it on your LibGuide, but this is how you get to it. It's called Ovid, and you want to come here, Ovid SP. Remember to hit the connect button. Right? You want to hit the connect button. Let's give it some time. All right, so if you take a look here, as you see, Ovid specifically has evidence-based articles. This is one of the few databases that specifically has evidence-based. So I know I want evidence-based healthcare. So I'm going to select that point of care. I'm going to put in my topic, of course, healthy lifestyles. Healthy lifestyle choices. I told you I can't type. I despise typing. All right, healthy lifestyle choices. Now, one thing I love about Ovid, you put in your parameters up front. We already know we want evidence-based healthcare. I want to go, let's say we want to start 2011 and we want to go to 2015. Or we can even do 2016 for those that are in current print. I want full text and I need both male and female. I'm going to hit search. So let me show you how Ovid does its search because it gives you two types of retrievals. All right, so if you take a look here, you see it gives you including related terms, which is always going to be higher, or you can get the terms that we specifically ask for. So I want these terms because it has full text and evidence-based healthcare included. So you come to display, got to give it a few seconds to populate. And then here are some of our hits. So these articles are evidence-based because that is what we put in. And this is how you can get your hits pertaining to evidence-based lifestyle. And then it also, if once you know that specific journals write evidence-based articles, you can check those specifically. And I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so this is how you get some of these. That was one way. Oh, okay, sure. Let me show you how I got to Ovid. So someone said show. So I'm going to show you how I got there. So what you do, of course, you come to our main page. I'm going to add the link in the data in the LibGuide, but just in case if you want to do some searching tonight, I'm going to go to databases. We go to O for Ovid. We come here, it's number 6. Make sure you do connect. Hit connect, and then you will get to the search. So that's how you get there. So no problem there. So now that is one way, and this is how I selected the evidence-based. So a couple of journals, at least one in particular I know is really strong on evidence-based is JAMA. And of course I have to look to see. Any of you know what JAMA stands for? Journal
American.
I know.
American Medical.
Let me see. I'm going to find out right here. This article, this database journal, these journals are really good for evidence-based. And Journal of American Medical Association. Duh. All right. Let me show you. I want to see if we subscribe, meaning if we actually own, thank you, if we actually own this article or this journal. So the Journal of American Medical Association. So I really want to cut and paste. You know, I don't like to type. But anyway, I'm going to come here. So if you want to know if we actually subscribe to a particular journal, you can come to e-journals and e-books. And then let's type in journal, right, of American, and I know we subscribe to it, Medical Association. I'm going to hit search. And then what will populate are some of the various vendors that we actually can access these articles through. So let's take a look at this one. So this is JAMA. So now let's say I want to specifically search in JAMA. You can come here.
Yeah. Let me give you $8.
Healthy lifestyle choices. If I could type. So I'm searching specifically in JAMA now. So voila. Look at this. These are some of the things. Now I'm searching specifically in JAMA who focuses on evidence-based healthcare. Okay, so that is a shortcut way of how you can get to that's how you can search within a particular journal, which is a good thing to do. Because listen, if you find an article that, and another thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to open this. If you find an article in a specific journal, continue to search in that journal. And also, too, guys, a lot of times students don't think about this. Make sure you read the references. Take the time and read the references because sometimes you can find some really good resources in the reference page that lends to your research. And if it does, you can use it. So that is how you kind of can that's how you can actually shrink some of your research time. Take a look at the references. I mean, nursing articles are known to have tons of references. So use that to your advantage. All right, so I showed you some really good databases. I showed you also how to search databases and e-journals. Another thing too I want to share with you. If you ever come across an article and if you cannot find the full text for that article and you really need the article, just send me the APA citation. Send me the citation or send me the DOI. Okay? And the reason why, because if you send me the citation or the DOI, I will look and try to get that article for you, and it normally takes me about 24 hours. If I can't find it, I will let you know, and then we'll submit it to interlibrary loan. And then once we get it submitted to interlibrary loan, it normally takes Miss George about 48 hours to get it. It just depends on where do we have to go to get the article. But please, we're part of a large consortium, so please never, ever, 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 ever pay for an article. Email me the citation, give me time to get it, and I'll get it for you within 24 to 48 hours, depending on if I can find it, and if I can't, the next step I have to take. But guys, please never, ever buy an article. So I think I have covered just about everything. Let me get back to the research guide. Don't forget to, like I said, to take a look. Oh, before I do this, let me show you this right quick. All right, so I wanted you to take a look at an example of what an APA paper looks like. And remember all those things that we did here, you know, moving everything, making sure that the references were in alphabetical order, doing all of that. You can actually take a look here, and this will kind of walk you through how this is. Remember, your running head has to be on the first page. The word running head needs to be on the first page. Remember, your title, running head is basically a shorter version of your title. And the running head is on subsequent pages, but not the word running head, as you can see that. And then don't forget page numbers top right. Don't be creative and put them top bottom, top left. It's top right. APA is very specific. And of course, and it tells you about the margins, 1 inch, top, bottom, left, right. And I'm going to scroll down. This paper has really good examples of what in-text citations need to look like. Keep in mind, and you all know this, a well-written research paper has to have in-text citations, period. And as you can see, we have several. I mean, here's an in-text citation here. And when you take a look at, I'm going to come back to that, but when you take a look at the examples that I have, I also provide you the in-text citation, because you have to have in-text citations in a well-written research paper. And I'm just going to scroll down. You see you still have the running head here, page number top right. So if you see that when we get all the way through. And I wanted you to take a look, of course, at the reference page. The running head, your page number, references centered, not bolded, and of course alphabetized. So I did want you to take a look at that, and I got that example from the APA citation page right here, the sample paper. And these are just some videos, very short videos that walk you through paraphrasing the et al, how the et al works, in-text, various types of in-text citations. So these videos are here to help you with the citing if you can't get a hold of me, or if you can't, if you don't have your book.
Using APA 6th edition.
And these videos are nicely done, and they're very short and to the point, and they give really good examples. So I think I have covered everything. So let's see, is there a limit on how many articles we can request? No, there is no limit. So you can request as many articles as you need for your research. So no, thank you for asking that. There is no limit. So any other questions? Now, for those of you who have a few minutes, someone did ask me, you wanted me to show you how to upload slides or docs into Google. Which you prefer, OWL at Purdue or APA styles? Well, I do like the OWL at Purdue because they're very good about updating their content. But I tell you what, the bottom line is the APA styles, the apastyle.org, and this is the website, guys. If you ever need apastyle.org, if you want something, you can always go to their website. The bottom line is, this is the Bible. I prefer the OWL at Purdue because it's much more intuitive, but this is the Bible. And this is APA's website. They've been very forthcoming, and they've actually put this. They actually have more content on their website than they did in the past. Oh yes, I will post the recording on Blackboard. So after this recording does it migrates over to MP4, I'll put it in Blackboard. So also,
Thank
guys,
you so much.
you're welcome. I'm going to email you a survey, so please take the time to add some suggestions of what I can do to make this session more intuitive and make it better. So guys, thank you. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
guys. I hope this
All
was
right.
helpful. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, if we ever have a question, we can come to the library and, come to you. Is that
That's
okay?
fine. Yes.
Okay.
Shoot me an email so I can make sure I'm available. You're welcome,
Okay.
guys. Thank you.
Are you still going to show us how to upload
Yes,
papers?
yes.
Okay.
For those who are here, absolutely. So let me show you how to do that. Absolutely. So I'm just going to close out some of this stuff here. And let me show you. I'm going to show
I don't know
you
if
how to
you can
upload.
demonstrate the Bible if you have time.
Let me show you how to do that. All right. So let me get back to Google. All right.
Do you have to sign in?
You do. You're welcome. You do have to sign in. Anytime you want to use anything for Google, go ahead and just sign into your account. So I'm going to go to Google Drive, right? So let's say I want to add a video that I know I already have, right, on my desktop, and I want to share it with you guys. So this is what you do. I'm going to come to my drive. And actually, I'm going to come here to my drive. And you see where it says upload files? So I'm going to go to upload files. So I'm going to go and get it. I know I have it on my desktop. So I'm going to look for a specific, I know I have some videos. So let's say I want this video to upload it to Google so I can share it with you guys. So I'm going to hit here. I'm going to hit open. And you see what it does? All right. So you can either delete it or not. The upload is complete, so I'm good there. And let me see if I can find it. And here is what denotes video for Google. So this is the video. Now, sometimes what'll happen, Google will have to find a format to actually play it. So I'm going to just hit download because you see it automatically scans for viruses. And now I know I have the video, so I'm going to play the video. But let me show you how you can actually share the video. All right, so that's my little video. I know I got it. I'm going to close out of this. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to come to the share buttons right here. So I want to share this video with you. So remember, you can put your email address here, but to me that's cumbersome. Get the shareable link. I'm going to hit can view, can edit, and I'm going to email this, cut and paste this, and I'm just going to put it in the chat box. So now you can actually take a look. I've shared the video with you. So that is how you upload and add files. And one thing too, to add folders in Google, all you have to do is just, as you see what I did here, you go to new folder, and then I want to go to, let's say I'm going to do NUR6307 folder. All right, so I got my folder. Now that video that I just added, I want to put this video into my nursing folder. So what I'm going to do is select, right click. I want to move to, and you see all the folders. So let's see, I want to move to, so where is it? I want to move to, not there, right here, 6307 folder. Hit move. So it moved from my general Google Drive, and if I come to folder, that video is there. So this is how you would actually upload. Let's say I want to upload a PowerPoint. So I'm going to come here. Let's get back to my Google Drive. And you can always hit Google Drive to get back to your Google Drive. I'm going to come here. I want to upload some more files. I'm going to come here. Let me find a PowerPoint. Let me see if I can find a PowerPoint right quick. All right, let's go to Documents. Let's see. I'm sure I got a PowerPoint somewhere. All right, let's see. I'm going to just grab something. Let's grab this. I'll grab that. Here's a PowerPoint. I'm going to hit open. So remember, it's called presentation template because I won't remember. So I'm waiting. It's uploaded. So now I need to, and I can close out of here. I need to find it here, and here it is. Presentation template. Let's give it a chance to open. And here's my presentation template. I want to open it with Google Slides because remember, this is a PowerPoint. So Google puts it in Google Slides. And then I can go ahead and add my content. And then I can share this with the rest of the team. So this is why Google is just, I'm going to come to share with the rest of the team. Remember, I like to do the shareable link instead. Can edit. And now we're good to go. Copy this, send it to everybody, and I'm done. So and Google is really good about allowing you to upload heavy videos. And if it can't take it, it'll let you know. And one thing too that I forgot to share with you, remember, Google owns YouTube, okay? So if you want to have a place also to share a bunch of videos, you can create a YouTube channel and put your videos there as well. So, and that's, and once you have, basically, to be honest with you, since you have a Google account, you already have a YouTube account. All you have to do is just go to YouTube. Once you click on YouTube to sign in, Google will pop up, and then you put in your credentials. Okay, so let's see. The docs we copy and paste into Microsoft. So what about the slide? It's the same thing. If you want to copy, that's what I just did here. So if you want to copy slides and from PowerPoint and put in Google, you do the same thing. All right, guys. So any other questions?
So in general, what is this Google Doc good for? Just a brief overview. What are the main things we can use this for?
When you have
other than sharing.
Well, when you have those group projects,
Mm-hmm.
so you can create everything in Google Drive and in Google, and that way everybody can add content in real time, and you don't have to constantly email everybody. This is revision 2. This is revision 3. You can see it in Google Drive.
Okay.
So that's the whole point. It's a collaborative tool, but it's perfect for you when you have those group projects and everybody can't meet. Oh, I can't meet. Oh, I didn't get a chance. And one thing about it, Google Drive and Google Docs is accessible 24/7. And Natalie brings up a really good point. And Natalie, thank you for that. It eliminates you using a flash drive. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you had all your content on the flash drive and you lost the flash drive. Then you would be in trouble. But Google is 24/7. It's accessible all the time. So because it saves it in their cloud.
Okay.
So that's it in a very short version. It's a perfect collaborative tool that eliminates all these various emails. Just put it in Google Cloud and save it the time in real time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So any other questions, guys? Well, I hope this was helpful. I will be emailing you all an assessment for you to add some suggestions for this in the future. So if you get stuck, just shoot me an email.
Thank you.
All right, guys, you're all welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.